Hello everyone.
Hello.
I'm Kok Ping here for the light game, and beside me is Shawn for the Ajing one. Okay, so we will let you all know what is Ajing and what is light game. Hey Shawn, I heard a lot of people they say Ajing, then and light game. So Ajing and light game, what's the difference?
Okay, I would say Ajing in Singapore because Ajing, this particular fish that only Japan has. Singapore we only fish for lolong, and some sela, those pelagic fishes. So we will only catch that on mid to top water column. So for light game, there's more on using heavier things like 7 grams and above. Ajing will be about 0.3 gram all the way until max 3 grams. Yeah, so something like that.
Can I ask you that what is different in polyester line and maybe with PE line?
Okay. So PE line, there is that PE line will float. Polyester line, there's density that can actually bring our small jig head down, because jig head will pull the line down. For PE lines, right, they when they have lesser density, right, when the jig head is so small that we use on like 0.3, 1.8, they can't really pull the line down, so it will sink slower. But in Ajing, I will emphasize on the sinking rate of the jig head because it's a presentation for the fish. Yeah, so the difference between polyester and PE line is the sinking rate, I would say. Also the presentation of the jig heads. Yeah.
So if how about the current? Any issue with the line in the polyester line cut through the currents or what?
Yes, polyester line tends to perform better than PE lines because of the density. Yeah.
Okay, so can you introduce some of the rod? Or you all have any question?
If you all got any question, can ask because
please
like
ask.
that we play around.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you all got any question, please raise up your hand and ask. We can talk to you also. Shawn, so can you show us the simple basic one when people want to start play Ajing, right? So maybe he want a basic how to start the setup everything. So Shawn, please can show.
Okay, as for a simple Ajing setup, right, we usually use a 1000 size reel.
Oh my God, 1000 size.
Yeah, 1000, 2000 size.
2005 can?
2005, I would say it's more of a light game kind of.
But I heard people say 8000 also can.
8000 can, 8000 you throw 8 gram can go 1.
And then you told me the guy who
Saifu.
Saifu, I think Saifu.
Yeah,
just a joke.
Yeah,
Okay.
so what we start out is a 1000 size reel. Don't need double handle but the double handle only will enhance your fishing experience because it's light and also it will send more vibration to your hands Yeah, so for 1000 size reel, normal rod, normal action rod.
The rod must be like how many feet? 10 feet or 4 feet, 5 feet?
think best will be a 6 feet 8, 6 feet 8 to start off with 6 feet 8.
Listen properly
6 feet 8, 6 feet will do because in Ajing we can't really cast that far, maximum 30, 40 meters. Yeah.
Okay, so the rod for choosing is for the jig head must be how many grams for this rod?
For this rod, maximum go until 3 grams. So all of our 34 rods have different performance. Like the beginner one, later you all can try. You can then after that you go all the way up to the more, I would say the more expensive one, then you see the difference lah. So later we will go that side to try lah, try out the difference. Yeah, because now if I tell you the difference, you all can't feel also. I want you all guys to feel the rod and also play with it also lah. Yeah.
Okay, can I ask you that if for RG, is it 3 gram totally is for RG, or RG can be 4 gram, 5 gram, 6 gram, or even that?
You can, but most importantly is the presentation to the fish, because usually we want to cast spar, right? You want to cast spar, right? Usually they use 5 grams, 7 grams, but for RG rod they cannot. Some RG rod is rated like 0.1 to 7 grams, but that 0.1 to 7 grams, there's a very big gap. That gap allows you to, you know, it's only for rating for the rod lah. The 0.1 to 7 gram, the zun one will be about 3 to 4 gram. Yeah.
Okay.
For Ajing, right, get a rod that is sensitive enough to feel your jighead, like a solid tip. Turbulent tip also can, but lesser, I would say lesser vibrations to the rod lah. All you want is vibrations and able to cast a smaller jighead out, like the loading of the rod, like that. Some rod very stiff, you can't cast light stuff. Yeah. Some, because the action is very fast, you want the load to shoot it up. Yeah.
Okay, for a beginner, for the line is, I mean, what are the better to start to buy? How many poundage of line?
For beginners, I would say to experience the full RG experience, it's probably about 1.6 to 1.4 pound. 1.6 to 1.4 pound. 2.3, you can go 2.3. It depends on what thing you wanna target lah. Like on a jetty that you know is very high ground, high jetty. So you want to lift the fish up. So we probably can use 2.3 pound lah. 2.3 pound is about 1 kg of lifting power for just the line, not including your rod. So 1 kg it will snap for polyester line. Then as for super lines like PE, all this you can just ramp up lah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So these are the line that polyester with the leader. Okay. They have tightened. Okay. So if you all later who want to learn about this, how to tie with polyester to the leader, later we can show you. And okay, Shawn, then how to test the drag? That is the so-called fix for the.
Okay, as for drag, I will still want to emphasize, because drag is very important for polyester line. For polyester line, it will break at a certain poundage. So we want it to go on a default. We want it to go on a default drag, which is like when you jig, the line can come out. And when the fish take, like for example, you
don't hook me there.
Yeah. See, we will try to do this. The line can come out. Okay. So when the fish take, give a hard jerk. Hard jerk. Not your body, the line.
Hand pull. Later you send me how?
I set.
Huh?
Set.
I not girl, how you want to set? You cannot like that, leh. Alamak.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is like for example, there is a fish that will take your lure and run fast one, like diamond. His diamond trevally thing. So you try. So there is enough buffer for the drag to come out and also to set the fish. So if your line is too tight, right? If your line is too tight, it will definitely break on that kind of run.
So you want to try?
Huh?
The line tighten a bit, what happened?
Okay, so usually when we adjust our drag, right, we will go on clickers, like 2 clicks, 3 clicks, 4 clicks, 5 clicks. We don't go from here, we go like that, you try. Yeah.
You can.
This is the only pulling. Yeah, so this is the not so good thing about polyester. You need to know your drag. The rod drag together with the rod drag. The rod has a bending power as well. Yeah, so you need to compensate both of the line drag and the rod drag. So how we actually do we tune our.
Sorry, anyone happen to this or not like that?
Me.
Anyone or you Anyone? Okay, so please try out the tension pulling. Okay, just now you haven't show, right? Later he will show you. Okay. So this one I put where? Put here.
First,
Put here inside.
can. Okay, I'll show you the how we do our project. Once we tie the leader and stuff already and the GK, right? Assume I already tied lah. We will try to do this. We'll try to pull. You don't want it to be too light as well, because every rod that you hold is different. You don't want it to be too tight. You don't want it to be too light as well. So you go few clicks until you feel the backbone here. You see, until you feel the backbone here, give it like 4 clicks. You pull. See, once you pull, as long as you can come out, okay already. You're good to go. On polyester line lah. For PE lines, I know you all like to lock drag lah. Lock drag, one thing bad is when the fish take, you set, your rod will break. Yeah, because it's too powerful for arching rods lah, for a lighter rods. Because it's rated maybe like 1 to 7 pounds, 1 to 12 pounds. Yeah, so don't abuse your rod like that lah, I would say. Yeah.
So don't abuse.
Yeah.
Then use what?
Use popping rod lor.
Use popping rod.
Popping. You give.
I thought Aji you talk popping. Alamak, walao eh. Don't like that leh. Okay, this
That's
one.
about it lah. For the drag part.
Okay, for the drag part Okay. Actually, there's a lot of brands of the rod in Singapore. You all can choose. For basic one, you can take the so-called the 34 or Daiwa also have lah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the Daiwa one Okay, it's also polyester line. Okay, polyester line I think is 1.5 pound. Okay, and tungsten jig head as well. Okay, can I check with you normal jig head and tungsten jig head, what's the difference?
Normal jig head, the density is different. Tungsten jig head sinks faster than normal lead.
How fast?
Wow, this one I don't know leh.
Is it like Ferrari like that?
Yeah, I think so.
No lah.
How fast?
Maybe a normal one.
How fast you think?
I think maybe one is like that and one is like that. Maybe lah. But tungsten jig head mostly can be cut through wind Okay, normal jig head bigger size Normal one Those tungsten one is mostly you can cast through wind. Okay, and sinking is more faster. Normal jig head also can, not say cannot, but it depends yourself what you want to use. Okay, so you got any like recommend those like RG jig head, which one to use?
Okay, for 34, there's a lot of jig heads with a lot of different action. Because I don't think a lot of jig heads in the market that actually do jig heads so how to say so detailed lah. Some jig heads for 34 like the zero gra, like something like that.
Zero guard.
They call it the zero gra jig head.
Why is special this one?
Yeah, it's special because it's wrapped with resin.
What is resin
Plastic lah.
Oh, plastic.
Plastic.
Sorry. My English not good Sorry.
So my English also not good. So yeah, it's lead wrapped with plastic resin lah, I would say. So it's for example a 1.8 gram, but it doesn't sink on a rate of 1.8. It only assists you to cast like 1.8. So when it reach water, right, it will sink on a different sinking rate. Yeah, so it will sink on a sinking rate. That's why I emphasize on the sinking rate. So when you cast, when you find the fish at a certain column, how do you find the fish at a certain column? Is you count your drops. Like for example, you cast, you reach the water, right? You close your bill, you count.
Oh, the wonder leh. Sometimes I see people when casting he own self talking. Don't know what he talking, you know.
Yeah, he like.
I thinking like maybe something wrong this person, or maybe too stressed, catch no fish. Now I know.
Yeah, correct.
Because counting. How many thousand is it?
It depends. Like for example, now, here, we will use one normal jighead lah. The tip, wherever you want to sanko one, you go and throw. You go and cast, go and count on the drop. Like for example, 1.8. Okay. 1.8 you count, like 10 seconds you reach the bottom already. But hang you never sanko lah. Sway you sanko lah on the first cast. So like for example 10 seconds. You don't want to play that 10-second column. You want to play that when you reach the water to about 5 to 6 seconds. So usually the fish will be on the column and the top. So you roughly count lah. So you will, when the fish is at that column, right? You jig at that column. I see a lot of people cast, reach bottom, jig, 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 let it go. Jig, 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 let it go. You only work like that. When you hit the bottom, for example, this is the place that you're standing, right? You cast, reach bottom, you jig, right? Drop, jig. You're working on this column. This column of fishes won't see your jig. So when you cast, right, you count 10 seconds or maybe 5 seconds. It's on the mid, right? So you jig, 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 let it drop. Jig, 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 let it drop. It's the how to say? It's the sinking rate of the jig head that actually, and you can able to play on that column lah. Yeah. So it will improve your how to say your catch rate lah. Yeah.
Actually, for the catch rate, right, that you need to keep on casting and keep on learning.
Yeah.
Then after that, you will get well everything.
Correct.
Sean.
Correct. Like he always say, keep casting. Yeah. So, non-stop casting. If I say wrong lah.
Long stop casting I tell you.
Casting.
Oh, then
Then why do we use double handle? Double handle, there's a lot of different double handles in the market. Like if we go single handle, I don't know whether got single handle here to have. Like for example here, because we are using very light stuff. Some handles, right, when we cast already, right, we tend to do this. Where my handle? Lost. Double handle is when you cast, right, you be able to easily find your handle. When you go down, you touch your handle, you crank. You don't want that time spent finding your handle. Yeah. So different handle like lever.
Hey, Sean, I ask you, this one got 3-handle one.
Got 3 handle. You can put 4 handle like here, right hand, left hand. But you spend more money lah. Yeah. Like for lever this kind, right? Very nice.
Wow.
A bit heavy compared to 34. Not say no good. For bigger fish, this one good. For finesse, more finesse, right? You go for the 34 handles. Yeah, because they are light. They transmit more vibrations to your reel, and your reel will transmit more vibrations to your hand. You want the vibrations.
Hey, then single hand cannot use
Single hand
Hey, I see all single hand one you see.
Where?
You see?
Can. Yeah,
single
hand can use.
But this one is to
It's
let
more
you know.
more towards the Ajing side lah. Yeah.
Then crank it maybe will be more simpler. Okay? Because what I know that double handle when you spin fast, right, it won't show vibration. If
It won't wobble lah.
It won't
wobble.
If a single handle when you start to spin, right, you feel wobble a lot. Okay? Then any rubber recommend for the Ajing? Is it neat? I heard people say what UV lah, what everything lah, what is this one also very blurry sometimes.
UV, it depends. It really depends. Because if you are going to play in the daytime, right, we usually use solid color.
Solid color
Solid color. Then like a bit cloudy like that. Use transparent. Yeah, so that's my advice. That's my advice lah.
So rubber got how many inch or what? Is it need to have a perfect how many inch or is okay?
It's all about presentation to the fish, right? Because there's a lot of different rubbers made in the market, so it's all still up to you to try. Because all of the rubbers, right, use different compound. Like some rubbers are very stretchy, some rubbers are very hard, some rubbers are very soft. You want those softer types. Softer types. Some, you know, like Z-Man. Z-Man have a different buoyancy as well. Because Z-Man floats. They got small little rubbers as well, like Daiwa also got some unbreakable rubber. If you are playing on different columns, you want that buoyancy, that kind of rubber helps. Yeah. There's a lot of, I would say there's a lot of different kind of rubber lah. Like if you want, why they have big and small? Certain times you want a bigger rubber for the fish to notice the things they are hunting for lah. Yeah. Then for smaller ones, if you think that you are getting hits, you're getting short bites, change to a smaller rubber, then with a smaller hook or even a lighter jig head, then your hit rate will be higher lah, I would say.
How high?
About increase about 45% like that.
45%. Okay. Some more. Hey bro, what is this ah? Wow, this one xiao. Hey, what is this?
Okay, this one is the Ajing knife. Ajing knife because Japan made this because Japanese are very particular of their eating of fishes. So they will want to eat their fish before they eat. So it's more fresh this way.
Can you?
But Singaporeans, you know, when we catch, hey, goreng lah, goreng. This one goreng, bleeding. Yeah.
Can you show me how to cut?
Okay, this one right, we will usually go on the fish right, the gill here right, the gill and the eye, the middle, you poke, you turn, the fish will
What, like that?
yeah, we'll give like that. Then from the already right, you know you kena the brain already, you bleed the gill. Then put it in a pail of water, you shake.
After that?
Then after that you die already lah.
Like that.
Next time you see, later you catch a fish right.
Can testing.
Testing. You later catch a fish here. You say, hey Shawn, Ajing Game. Then I come, I give you see the.
Okay, so we heard about those Ajing, that how to play. Thank you, Shawn, for give the tips.
No, if you all want to know more about because.
Hey, I talk first. Why you?
Because all this right, one short little session can't finish lah. So we also understand that you all want to fish. Now just let this diamond master teach you how to catch diamond. What is light game?